Picture a veteran in your mind. This person was a Marine or an Air Force pilot or a naval intelligence analyst. Did you picture a man? Our Power Player of the Week wants you to think again.
I've always wanted to just be a soldier and not a woman soldier. Many times we find when you go to other museums, we're almost a footnote in the storyline.
Phyllis Wilson is trying to change that at the Women in Military Service for America Memorial at Arlington National Cemetery. Opened in 1997, the museum is built into Arlington's iconic Ceremonial Gate. I have driven past this space countless times and never knew this existed. I take it that's not unusual.
It's not unusual at all, sadly.
While 3 million people come to Arlington each year, the museum is lucky to get 100,000 visitors. What they see is the history of women in the military, their uniforms and medals, and their changing role from working as nurses to Air Force service pilots in World War II to serving in combat today.
There are about 2 million women that have served in the military, but there are a total of 3 million women that have actually defended the nation.
Wilson served 37 years in the Army, rising to the rank of Chief Warrant Officer 5. She worked in an intel unit for special operations in Iraq. Over the years, she says, women's opportunities have expanded dramatically.
Trying to go to jump school was a hard thing for me to get a crack at.
I got you!
And now we have Rangers, we have women that are leading infantry units. This is unheard of until just the last 5 years.
Despite the progress, Wilson says women service members and veterans often don't share their stories.
When we ask them, they say, well, I was just a supply sergeant. I was just a clerk. I was just a cook. Well, there's no just to it. If you raised your right hand and said, I'm willing to defend this nation with my life, then you're a veteran when you're done.
And they don't get the same respect, something Wilson has experienced firsthand.
I had parked in a veteran parking spot, and as I got out of the car, there was a gentleman that quickly called me on that and said, is your husband with you? Had it been a man, whether he had served in the military or not, in a veteran parking spot, when he got out of his car, I don't think he would have been challenged.
Wilson took us to the memorial's roof terrace, where glass tablets carry quotes about women's service.
Let the generations know that the women in uniform also guaranteed their freedom.
And visitors get a view of this hallowed ground.
There are 400,000 people that are buried here, and many of those are women. We are here at the memorial to tell the story not only of all of those that have passed before us, but those that are still here to carry the torch forward. Women make up some 17% of the military today, and the memorial hopes to add the story of every servicewoman, past and present, to its register. You can share your story or that of a loved one at womensmemorial.org.